So this is Kalamor. This is where all the destruction started. I expected something cold and sterile. But the air is warm and smells of rot and decay. The climb is steep and the path is long. And reaching the bottom is only the beginning of what's to come. I feel the excitement in my bones.
Long climb.
Aye, but at least there's a prize at the end of it.
Let's see what this beast's corpse can tell us.
Once, we dragons were proud and free. Until the King of Dyfed enslaved us with his accursed gemstone. But the two greatest of us turned on him and destroyed him, freeing our kind. Until a Nuvin came, also bearing the accursed stone. He too enslaved us, but the stone was stolen from him by one he had once trusted. Fearing it would be used to take us from him, he gouged the eyes from our skulls to keep us from looking upon it. But even he dared not defile the mightiest of us. He chained them deep within Kalamor, where they still wait. Perhaps for freedom.
Gouging the eyes from dragons? It's madness.
Agreed. The sooner we put an end to this Anuvin, the better. It's quiet. I don't trust it.
That what you were waiting for, old man? lying down in your old age.
You truly have a gift for stealing my kills.
I was a spy for His August Majesty, the King of Kalamor. I was deep undercover in the palace of Dyfed. Kalamor's demons had all but defeated Dyfed. Surrender was imminent. But one night, I saw light coming from the Witch King's chambers. I spied within and saw a woman with flowing golden hair in a shimmering white gown. I couldn't hear what she said, but the next day, the Witch King emerged full of hope and possessed a strange gemstone that he said would save the city.
This seems a bit of a detour.
Aye, but after all we've been through, seems a shame to turn around now.
3 brothers, each and all did hide, to guard a prize that lies inside. To hold this prize within your grip, enter now their father's crypt.
Won't hurt us to take another look around before we press on.
No skeletons? I'm almost disappointed.
Give it time. I don't think this'll be that easy.
Kadok, push that aside.
Right.
Kadok, go over there.
Right.
Now I bet we find the skeleton.
Aye, joy.
More on deck. Caddock, those slave pens back there, they were empty.
Aye, they brought everyone down here, but where are they now? Alarm! The high ground!
Find me some mana. I've run out of mana. Healing. What under the sky is that?
Some kind of fountain of slag. Is it some kind of control?
Let's find out. You're right.
And here we go. Still no sign of the prisoners.
No, only signs of a new insurgents. Perhaps the prisoners are down here.
Perhaps. But it's awfully quiet for that many people. We are not going to fight it.
Come on, Caddock. We'll have to fight it eventually. May as well do it while we have the element of surprise on our side.
You were saying?
worry, Caddick. More kills.
You're a riot. Lara, another prisoner.
What the hell? What did they do to the poor bastard?
Sleg from his eyes, tongue cut from his mouth. Death was a kindness for him.
And perhaps of value to us.
I don't know why I was seen as a leader. Living here in the depths of despair. But I was. I kept people's spirits up. I looked out for the weak, for the sick. It helped me feel human. Our captors brought us down here, away from our work on the walls. We did not know why. Some were relieved at the break from our toil. I feared the worst. Though I had no idea then of what the worst truly meant. They brought us to a pool of some silvery liquid, and began sacrificing us to it. Everyone. Weak, sick, men, women. Everyone I knew. Being slaughtered. I cursed our captors and their leader, the one known as the Nuven. It was all I could do, and it wasn't enough. They were not gentle to me. They left me for dead. But the others were slaughtered. Slaughtered to feed that Sleg.
They killed them. Sacrificed them to the Sleg.
Fed them to it. Like fuel in a forge.
I don't think we want to see what they shape in that forge.
Spend this on.
Great, more company. Those lists are damned annoying.
I like the way they dress me.
Ever think that I'm not trying to keep up with you?
Think she'll let us pass?
Oh, she will. One way or the other. Oh, they smell bad enough before they're cooked.
Anuvan slaughtered everyone, just as my people were. And for what?
For power and control. I understand your pain, girl.
Then help me tear that bastard limb from limb.
I was High Priest of Kalamor. Long had I prayed for the Great War to turn in our favor. A prayer that was granted after the death of the Queen. The people rejoiced, for victory seemed near. But his august majesty seemed different. Sharper, harsher. I confronted him, and he confessed to me that he had secured the aid of demonic powers to win the war against Dyfed. Then he grabbed me by the face and crushed my skull with his bare hand. May the gods have mercy on his soul.
I hate heights. Can't shoot them, can't stab them, can't set them on fire. Too far to quit now. Anytime you're ready to leave is fine with me, Caddick. Feels like we've been here before.
As long as we don't end up here again. There's too many of them!
just survived a whole trouble of dragons.
Aye. Just makes me wonder what's coming next.
When I lived, I was forced to fight for the King of Dyfed. I and all my kin. Under his orders, we destroyed his enemy, the King of Kalamor. But as we lay waste to the city, my mate and I were called down into the ruins, where we found a pool of strange silver liquid. We drank deep of it. Its power surged through us and broke the King of Dyfed's spell. Fueled with fury and hungry for vengeance, we flew to Dyfed and obliterated it. We then returned to the Silver Pool, where we slumbered for centuries, until I was awakened by my mate. He had changed. His soul seemed hollow. Without warning, he struck, spilling the life from my body, and leaving me trapped between life and death.
Hear that?
Chanting. Never a good sign.
No. Whatever's down here, we're close. You feel that?
Yes, like the air is charged with power.
Charged with evil.
We're close to the heart of this place. Now.
In an age long past, Dyfed was a great and powerful kingdom, opposed only by the kingdom of Kalamor. For centuries, the two kingdoms waged war over the fertile lands of Lear. This escalation was met in kind by Kalamor, who enlisted the merciless Minotaur to fight on their side. For decades, the war between the two kingdoms raged on. Whole families, whole generations were wiped out. Finally, the tide of war turned in Dyfed's favor, and their victory was all but guaranteed. After months of digging, the king found this evil and made a dark pact with it. The desperate king of Kalamor called upon the power of the Slag by sacrificing that which was dearest to him, his beloved wife. Now, host to the Slag, the king was left changed forever. Crueler, harsher, but very, very powerful. With the dark power now at his command, he unleashed a force of demons against Dyfed, turning the war sharply in Kalamor's favor. Now Dyfed was the desperate kingdom, but a mysterious woman robed in white appeared to the king of Dyfed and offered hope, in the form of a magic gemstone. With this gemstone in hand, the king ventured deep into the wilds of Govad and used its powers to seize control of the mighty dragons. With these great beasts under his command, the king of Dyfed attacked Kalamor and laid waste to the city. He then hid the gemstone in the small village of Lear to keep it out of his enemies' hands. Kalamor and its king fell before the onslaught of dragons. But the two mightiest dragons, who took the king's final breath, were drawn to the deep pit of Kalamor, home of the Slag. The silvery liquid called out to them, and they drank, and in doing so, broke the spell the king of Dyfed had placed on them. Fueled with power and hungry for vengeance, the two mighty dragons returned to Dyfed and burned the kingdom to the ground. Their retribution complete, the two dragons returned to the Slag and slumbered for many years. And so, in the end, Kalamor and Dyfed both were utterly destroyed by their own folly. Centuries passed, and the once small village of Lear grew into a mighty kingdom. But as humans repopulated the lands above, one of the mighty dragons, the Great Black, stirred deep below Kalamor. Under the influence of the Slag, the dragon viciously slew its mate. And with the Slag's power, it ravaged the lands of Lear for years, always preceded by a white dragon that some came to believe was an omen of impending doom. Vowing to end this threat to his land, the king of Lear hired the dragon hunter Anuvin to kill the Great Black. The king gave Anuvin their sacred Deathstone, unaware of its true power to control dragons, but hopeful that its other abilities would prove useful. Then he used the Deathstone as it had been used in the past, and took control of the dragons. Anuvin never returned to Lear to claim his reward, nor was the Great Black ever seen again. The king could only assume they both slew each other. The king dubbed Anuvin a hero, and for a time, Lear enjoyed a period of peace. But unbeknownst to the king, Anuvin secretly plotted against him. Now known as the Master, he enlisted the aid of the proud Minotaur in exchange for Slag. The Wargar too joined Anuvin, putting aside the hatred of the Minotaur for the power of the Slag. Striking out from Kalamor, they raided human villages far and wide, taking the peasants as prisoners. The prisoners were enslaved, forced to rebuild the defenses of Kalamor. News of the disappearances reached the king of Lear. The king sent out scouts, who reported back that the hero of Lear, Anuvin, was behind the raids. The king attempted to make peace with Anuvin, but to no avail. Then, deep in Anuvin's stronghold of Kalamor, the Deathstone was stolen by someone once close to him. Flying into a rage, afraid the stone would be used against him, Anuvin tore the eyes from his dragons to prevent them from being enslaved by a new master. Hungry for more power, he ordered the Wargar and Minotaur to bring him prisoners by attacking the city of Lear. The town of Dyfed was besieged by the Wargar, and its people taken away. As more prisoners were brought to Kalamor, Anuvin moved them off the walls and deep into the citadel. There, at the heart of the slag, he sacrificed them all, increasing his power with every life taken.
Finally. Who do you have to kill to get a shield around here? That's just great. How in the seven hells do we get past two dragons?
That's easy. You take the one on the right.
How about if we just use the stone?
I think your sword would do more damage, but if you want to throw rocks, be my guest.
The Death Stone. Use the Death Stone.
Ah, that stone. This almost feels like cheating.
When will you realize, girl, that cheating death is a good thing?
I think we found him.
How adorable. Seraphine's little puppets come to dance for me.
We're no puppets.
Of course not. You're heroes.
No, but we're as close as it gets.
You're here to put a stop to me. Bring my reign of terror to an end.
Just here to do a job.
Fools. You've no understanding of why you're here.
Perhaps not, but I think we know what to do.
What's your story?
The beast is near.
Come on, worm! Let there be blood!
My love, you've done it. Think of the riches, the reward promised by Leah. Anuvan, what's wrong? Anuvan?
Nothing, my love. Nothing at all.
So, now you've had your vengeance, Seraphim. How does it taste?
Not vengeance, warrior. This was never truly about vengeance. It was about salvation. For myself and my love.
Salvation? He killed you.
Not he. He would never do that. It was the Sleg. It is an ancient evil, cunning and crafty, but it has no form. It needs a host. A mortal body to do its bidding. A body that would willingly call upon its power. A body that would sacrifice the person dearest to them for it. A body even more powerful than that of its previous host. That is why I brought you here. To replace Anuvan, to free him and me. And now that you have done that, one of you will slay the other and become the new servant of the Slag. And the cycle will continue.
Treacherous harpy. Caddock and I would never turn on each other. We won't be slaves to your cycle.
But you already are. You drank the Slag of your own free will, for your own benefit. Its power is already at work within you.
I don't know about you, but I feel no power at work.
A bit of indigestion, perhaps. We'd no more than a taste of the stuff.
I think there's only one person here under the power of the Sleg.
Wait! Caddock, don't!
One too many for my tastes.
Think destroying the Death Stone will destroy her too.
Oh, you know how I like to destroy things and see what happens.
Think of the power. You lose the power I've given you. Think what could be yours. Think of what I've promised you. Riches, power. I can give you anything you want.
I'll not speak for Caddock, but I want to be rid of you. So, what shall we do with this mess?
Bury it.
Relax, Caddock. It's buried under tons of rock. No one will ever find it. Better to concern yourself with where we should head next. I'm already getting bored, and you know what that leads to.
What about Caledon? I hear there's money to be made there.
Caledon? We've been there 3 times in the last year.
I like Caledon.
You like the barmaid at that inn.
It's a nice inn.
What about the mines of Dorian? I've heard rumors there of a magic harp made of pure gold.
Dorian? Blood of the gods! There are spiders there the size of your arm.
Don't be a baby, old man. They're just bugs.
The size of your arm.
That Wargar spider was bigger than your arm.
We agreed not to talk about that.
Yes.